You know, we're seeing very similar things across the crypto market right now. Very similar charts actually setting up with bullish formations. Are these going to play out? Will we see some more downside? I do want to talk about that in this video. But I do want to talk about and highlight just a few things going on here with SHIB, some stuff that we haven't looked at in a little bit. A new threshold that was breached, which is pretty cool. Do also want to talk about a comment from a viewer here as well. So if you are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So right now, Shiba Inu is actually toying with 4010. We're kind of popping above it, below it. But I will say that SHIB did a great job of actually bouncing off of this support, this longer term trend, just like we've been doing almost day after day after day. And now we're printing a green day so far. For those that missed my ADA video earlier today, this is coming off of the news of basically Donald Trump saying we're going to get a deal done with China on everything. And the market is liking it so far. We'll see what happens when U.S. money wakes up. Not sure if that's going to impact things. If this does move the stock market to the upside, chances are we could see some of that spill over to crypto, just as we have seen many times before. And maybe this turns into a day where SHIB tries to target this 20-day moving average. It seems like right now everything is setting up the same way. Everything, we obviously had the big drop here on Friday 2 weeks ago, but it seems like the 20-day moving average is coming down for everything. We're building inverse head and shoulders across the crypto market. It looks like we're trying to basically create this retest and potential breakout from there. We'll see if that happens. I'm not saying it has to for sure, but we have seen several inverse head and shoulders before that have been our friends, that have led us on some exciting rip-roaring runs. If you guys remember, we were building one back here basically in April, and that obviously caused SHIB to test this longer-term trend. So we'll see what happens here. Actually, if we extend this trend, I think there's going to be we're pretty darn close to the edge of that. Actually, we're sitting right on top of it. So we're kind of getting compressed down into this very, very tip of this corner. This actually shows by the end of the month, SHIB has to make a move one way or the other. So we'll see what that move is. Now, that being said, I have to say it's very cool to see that SHIB exchange supply has continued to drop. We've actually just breached that 82 trillion SHIB threshold for the first time ever. So that's very exciting to see people just continuing to buy and hoard supply. And actually, I continue to be impressed at the way that SHIB dominance is following this trend. I don't like that SHIB dominance right now is down at 0.16%. So 0.16% dominance in the overall crypto market, especially seeing as in this cycle alone, we have had times where we've been over 1%. Obviously, it's been very, I'll call it shit for meme coins here in 2025 and for this cycle, again, because we haven't been seeing new adoption. But SHIB keeps returning to this trend, this big bull flag that we're building, this big descending channel. And it looks like at some point we're going to try to do a retest back towards at least the middle of this. And that could result in actually a pretty nice surge for SHIB. Right now, that'd be about 0.23% dominance. So from where we're at currently, that would be a dominance increase of about 44%. So we'll see what happens when it comes to that. But there was an interesting comment that I saw that I wanted to talk about. This was from GW Fonte, tends to be pretty bearish towards Shiba Inu. And what he said is Shiba is going to be right around the same price, around this same shit price a year from now. Nobody wants it. FUD everywhere. Volume way down. Shit is dead. And here's the thing. SHIB is not dead. I did a video talking about this before. Guys, volume has actually remained pretty consistent for Shiba Inu for quite some time. In fact, we look at what volume is doing here. Guys, $180 million over the last 24 hours. That's not a small amount of volume by any means. And the problem is that so many people have bought and are holding SHIB and are unwilling to dump their SHIB that it actually drags volume down. And you can disagree with me if you want. Right now, again, like we've talked about, Shiba Inu from a percentage standpoint is one of the top assets in terms of limited exchange supply. Okay, if you guys remember, we've talked about this in relation to BTC and Ethereum. 12% of BTC is available on exchanges. 15% of Ethereum is available on exchanges. 14% of Shiba Inu is available on exchanges. So it's not very much SHIB to go around. And we haven't really had this just, major exciting push for memes here in 2025. And that's when obviously volume spikes. That's when we can see big surges in the amount of holders. And the fact that that people continue to say nobody wants it, but we over the course of 2025 have added, almost 100,000 new holders. I think it kind of, I don't know what even people are talking about. And the whole FUD everywhere thing, I wouldn't even say we're at that point. We've gotten past the FUDding stage for SHIB, and we're kind of just in the quiet and people maybe popping up here and there and FUDding their own bags. Nobody's really talking about much of anything right now. It's like other people have mentioned, I'm one of the few content creators that actually talk about Shiba Inu here on the channel. And it's because I continue to see these good fundamentals. This is stuff that most people are not looking at right now. They don't care about. All they're watching is the charts. But this is how you get ahead of the charts, by paying attention to the fundamentals, the good things that are taking place. This is why when assets explode out of nowhere, like Shiba Inu did, I don't know, back in 2024, some people were scratching their head wondering what the hell was going on, and we were ahead of the curve. That's why we bought down here. That's why we identified, and this is why I keep leaving these on here. We're seeing the same fundamentals we saw back here, right before things got lively in the crypto market. So people can say whatever they want about SHIB. You can't argue the on-chain data. The on-chain data continues to remain good. The fundamentals continue to remain good. The only thing that's lagging now is price, just as it is, along with pretty much everything else in the crypto market. So we're getting closer and closer to the conclusion of the government shutdown. We're closer to rate cuts. Actually, the conclusion of the next FOMC meeting is in what? 6 days? I mean, it's coming pretty dark. Is it 6 days? Yeah, 6 days. So we should have a rate cut coming. Government shutdown conclusion coming. Should have a bunch of ETF products coming. And actually, there was a viewer that had a good question about SHIB ETF and what that would do. And I want to talk about that in a later video, but I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.